about time. What's going on?
Rumor Report, Rumor Report. This is the Rumor Report.
Talk to him.
With Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Well, as you know, Dwayne Wade has his documentary coming out on Sunday, D. Wade, Life Unexpected. And, of course, everybody's been talking about his daughter, Zaya, his 12-year-old daughter who was born as a boy named Zion. Now, here's what Dwayne Wade had to say on Good Morning America about the decision to feature Zaya in the documentary.
I started doing more research. She was the one who sat down with us as a family and said, hey, I don't think I'm gay. This is how I identify myself. I think I'm a straight trans because I still like boys. It was a process for us to sit down with our daughter and find out who she is and what she likes and not put something on her because as parents, we put our hopes and we put our fears on our kids.
Right.
And with Zaya, we decided to listen to her, and she's leading us along this journey.
Now, for people who feel like Zaya is too young to know what she wants, Dwayne Wade clarifies that she knew from the age of 3.
She's known since she was 3 years old. And along this way, we've asked questions and we've learned. But she's known from 3 years old.
Did you know early on?
I knew early on that I had to check myself. I've been a person in the locker room that has been a part of the conversation that has said the wrong phrases and the wrong words myself. And as I got older and as I watched my daughter grow, I had to go and look at myself in the mirror and say, who are you? What are you going to do if your child come home and say, Dad, I'm a gay boy or that I'm a trans girl? What are you going to do? And that was a moment of real.
All right, now, Dwayne Wade in this documentary, again, I told you this is an ESPN documentary that comes out on Sunday, also talks about having to open up to Gabrielle Union about having a child with someone else. According to Entertainment Tonight, he said, I had a child with someone else and I had to tell Gabrielle. Hardest thing I've ever had to do is man up and tell Gabrielle Union that I had a child with somebody else. He said, I couldn't sleep. I wasn't eating. When you hold something in that you know is going to come out and you have this information and you know it's going to F somebody's life up that you care about, that you love, if it don't hurt you, then you're not human. Oh, imagine having to tell that.
Nope.
Why y'all frozen?
Tell what now?
He had to tell Gabrielle Union that he had a baby with somebody else.
Oh, the break baby. Okay, got you.
I'm not imagining that.
Yeah, I don't make those kind of poor choices. I wouldn't even know.
All right, well, that documentary. Whew. All right, but in the meantime, Rick Ross and Dwayne Wade have collaborated on a song called Season Ticket Holder. Now,
he's rapping?
Here's a little snippet for you.
Okay.
So I do have dreams, right? I do. I just want to get on one song, like one day. And Rick Ross, who's a good friend of mine, reached out to me and said, D, let's do a track for the city. So my last year, I filmed a song with Rick Ross called Season Ticket Holders. Nice. That actually comes out in a couple of days.
All right, so you don't hear a snippet, but you're about to hear it in a couple of days if y'all excited for that.
My goodness.
I'm not mad at that. It's
it comes out on Friday.
I'm not mad at that because he's retired. He said he had a dream. He wanted to do it one time. You know what I'm saying? You go do it with one of the biggest rappers from the city.
And then you got the documentary coming out on Sunday.
Yeah,
why not?
It's all promotion for the doc. You know, you do it one time and keep it moving.
Let's see how he sounds.
All right, now, Dr. Dre, it was just his birthday. You know, he's 55 years old now.
That's all?
Yeah, he's only 55 years old, and he actually called into Big Boy to talk about what he was planning for his birthday.
I decided to just keep it low-key this time. I'm going to have a few friends over, and my wife is going to do a crab boil for me. I love crab. We're just going to kick it, kick it in my backyard.
When is Dr. Dre not keeping it low-key?
I know. Like when do you see him out wilding out?
Keep it low-key. Oh, yeah. We've seen you at a club standing on couches before, Dre.
And let's not forget, just last year, he is still worth $950 million. He's at the top of Forbes' highest paid musicians list.
Goodness gracious.
Yes, he released one album in this entire decade and didn't really go on tour, but he still, of course, is worth
Beats by Dre headphones.
Damn near $1 billion. All right, Wendy Williams has faced some more backlash, and this time it's because she was discussing Drew Carey's ex-fiance and how she was tragically murdered over the weekend. And Amy Harwick, who's a celebrity sex and relationship therapist. And here's what she said that had people very upset.
Drew Carey's ex-fiance was tragically murdered over the weekend. She lived with a roommate, a girl roommate, and the roommate heard the screaming. The neighbors all around the neighborhood heard the screaming, and they called 911. Once the cops got there, she was down there dead on the ground. Was pushed off of a third-floor balcony. I'll give you a little backstory. She was killed not by Drew, but by the ex. Come on down.
Wow. And then they said she tilted her head to the side, like, because, she was pushed and
Yeah, I
off
saw
the
that
balcony
yesterday.
with-
Listen, Wendy, if somebody is writing this stuff for you, then you might need to fire that writer.
And this is about, what, the second or third time?
Yeah, like, Jesus Christ, you can't be a woman making a joke about a woman being killed at the hands of domestic violence, because the woman did get killed by a man, right?
Yeah, her ex-boyfriend. And her ex-boyfriend, Gareth Pursehouse, who she had actually filed a restraining order against previously.
Yeah, that's not going well, especially on the heels of, didn't what she say about the LGBT community? Wasn't they just mad about something?
Well, Everyday's Drama tweeted out, so far in 2020, and bearing in mind it's only February, Wendy Williams has joked about Joaquin Phoenix's cleft lip, told gay men to stop wearing our dresses, and now has joked about Drew Carey's ex, Amy Hardwick, dying by falling off a balcony by saying, just get down. Disgraceful.
Yeah.
And she has a fan page, Wendy's Team, and they said, Wendy, we love you, but you can't shame a community that makes up most of your fan base. So they said, if you're a true friend fan, you have to say it like you mean it. It's what Wendy has taught us all. Just because we are a fan page, that doesn't mean we have to agree with everything Wendy says. As she says, we agree to disagree. Yesterday's comment was hurtful to many of Wendy's fans, and very proud to see Wendy acknowledge what she said and apologize.
Now, let me play white devil's advocate here.
What?
Now, we all know when it comes to embracing the LGBTQ plus community,
Correct.
Wendy has been doing that for years, like in a real way.
Correct.
So it's clear she's not homophobic, right?
Correct.
So
She just said some things that the community didn't like.
yeah. So you don't want to represent her fan page
Well, they said
anymore?
they're not
'Cause she made a-
canceling
Yeah,
her.
they said they still love her.
They just said they're taking a break a little bit because she's saying some things that they don't agree with. That's
And then
all.
they were happy that she apologized
Okay.
for her remarks. You still, if you love somebody, got to call them out when they're wrong, right?
Correct.
Yes, but how long does this break last? Like, it's a self-imposed
This is social media.
suspension.
I'm sure it'll be 2 days. all right?
Jesus Christ.
Look, they said they still love her and they still make up most of her fan base. And
All
they
right.
said we love Wendy and always will.
All right.
All right, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.